Different music in the background right now, but I would like to talk, do the usual. I'm at the credit scene and I want to talk because that's what I usually do in the credit scene. I talk about the game and my experience and how I think about it. So, Final Fantasy X2, I enjoy it. Going again, it looks I'm on board with it. Alright, so, first off, I do not like this game. I did not enjoy it at all. It kind of feels like a Final Fantasy VIII dilemma where the game seems to be fun when you're just overpowered, which doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's people that love that. I don't love that. Because there's so many dress fear, there's the ability, and there's your own level. Actually, getting your own level is the easiest thing, actually. Also the monster fiend and all. But if there's one thing I liked about the game is like the aesthetic. Like, having only 2 main characters, but they have access to so many what they call dress spheres or other jobs. All the jobs have unique stuff that you have to switch between to get a thing. If you do enough switching, you have the ultimate little special thing for one character. They all have their own, and you get them by just by doing chapter 2. Pain, you have to go all of your way to get it, kind of. And I think it's pretty cool. Like, the idea for gameplay are, I think, super cool and innovative. Issue though is the game makes you grind so much just so that it's good enough, or it's either like you have to grind for your levels to be like stat high enough, or you grind your abilities so you have decent ones. You know what I mean? Like, for chapter 1, I had to grind in the first like 30-minute hour of the game because I could not go through Xanarkand Ruin because there's like a behemoth and other monsters just like they killed me super quick and easily, and I can do nothing because my white mage only has pray and cure 1, doesn't have protect, doesn't have anything, and I'm stuck here. I did my own pilgrimage again with Final Fantasy X from start to finish almost just to get some levels. It worked kind of. Yeah, I don't like about this game. I think it's still solid, in a way. Like, I did grew on like the ambience being all cheery and fun with like Yunai, Riku, and Pain. But like, this game could have not existed, and it'll be like fully fine. Final Fantasy X doesn't need to have a sequel. I don't know why it has one. Apparently, when the Eternal Calm video came out, as I read online, the fans were so like, oh, it's a sequel. Like, they talk so much that they made a sequel. They made X2, X2. But the game just, if it was, I understand the new gameplay, I think it works. But here's the thing, I think Final Fantasy IX does it better, in a way. Obviously, this is on straight, but Final Fantasy IX, in terms of like the ability learning, I think does better. Because the one issue I had with this game for the ability is that when you learn an ability, you can never use it before you have fully learned it. Like, it makes sense for like the final ability, which is often like excellence for the psychic. You get the full null for free, no MP for physical and magic. Like, of course that you want to learn that before you fully get the AP for it. Makes sense. Or like Black Sky for Dark Knight. Like, yeah, that makes sense. It worked for this, but I don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, literally last night I grinded 5 hours minimum, or 6 hours, so I could be strong enough and feel okay to do the final part of the game. And as you can see, we just annihilated everything. We killed everything. Will I max out? No, it's not optimal at all. But if I want to say about the grind, other grief I have about the game, the main one actually, the one I found the most annoying, is the dress fear. Like, I look online and they seem all super amazing and interesting. Like the Alchemist, Lady Luck, Mascot, which is they're unique. Psychic is fully new. You know, they're all super cool, and I love the idea too. It's just the way you get some of them. I understand there's some optional, right? Like the Lady Luck is from doing a mini game. You beat Shinra once, like it's a higher difficulty, and you get the feel. Like, that's fine. psychic, you get it from finishing a tournament, which is fine, but I still hate it. What I don't like is that, like, Samurai and Dark Knight, last stream, I had to go out and get them on a story path that I missed them. And I think that's kind of sad. I wish, like, we get Guardian Grid by the story, but I feel the Guardian Grid should have been optional, as would fine, because Guardian Grid can change a whole, like, setup of what character. When Dresser is just like, you have a higher, broad way of playing, you have, like, abilities. I think that's more important. Like, I wish you would have gotten the Samurai Dresser by just completing something, instead of getting, like, little video sphere, like, you know, the Crimson Sphere we get often at the end of some chapter. I wish the Crimson Sphere would be 100% optional and you never get them other than, like, side quests and minigame, and that you're gonna get, like, Dresser, like the Samurai and Dark Knight or other ones, because I'll never go out to get the other ones. I know that I won't, but, like, that's what's sad. Like, I had a lot of fun with Psychic and Dark Knight, and I wish I would have got them earlier. It's just Psychic that apparently you can get that one at the start of the game. But I got Festivity instead. I didn't think to go for the Monster Arena. Wish to change subject, but Monster Arena, the tutorial on that is way too big. The thing shove every single section in detail, which is fine. But there's so much, I never want to touch it. So yeah, I have a lot of bad way of this game, but I still played it because I thought the stuff was fun. But the story was really also, like, slapped on. Like, chapter 3 and 5 are, like, interesting. There's, like, the wink winks and stuff happening in chapter 2. But, like, chapter 1 and 3, it's just everyday life stuff. It's kind of random. It's like the game didn't add much to the world. After the Eternal Calm, I thought that was enough. It's going to need to exist. Still cool, but not quality, for sure. It's just the amount of grinding you need to do to have fun, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, that's me. But yeah, it's going to need to exist, I say. Like, if I had to, like, rank the game compared to my other Final Fantasy game, I'll still put the game, like, above Final Fantasy 8 and 7. I do admit, like, the story wise it is pretty weak. It's just I enjoyed my time. Actually, yeah. Okay, I think I'll put the game below Final Fantasy 7, because even though I prefer this game has less thing that like makes the game less good than 7. So that will make the rankings that for now for Final Fantasy games from my favorite to my least favorite Final Fantasy game, 14 not included because it's an MMO and I still play that game every day. From the Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 10, 8, 7, X2, so 10-2, and 15. 15 being the bottom of the bottom. Like, I would put, like, to me, and I had more fun playing Final Fantasy 10-2 than both Final Fantasy 7 and 8. Maybe because it's a short experience. The game, on Google, they say, like, average time for finishing the story is, like, almost 35-40 hours, if I recall. I've been doing in 20 hours. I don't know. For me, it's like 20 hours, 25. Depending on how much grind you want to do. So yeah. Just the game has so many flaws that I don't enjoy. That makes the game less good. Like, the story is not solid. The grind is just annoying. And the game never tells you where to go. It's always like, here's our hotspot. What do you do in a hotspot? We don't know. And there's so many, like, optional places you could go, and, like, the game never, like, I don't know. It's like kind of the same thing with Final Fantasy X, where, like, the game never tells you to do stuff, except when you, like, wait to find something for Sin, then you, like, go explore. Like, oh yeah, that's what I have to do, explore and become stronger, right? That's now. But this game is like, apparently I missed stuff in chapter 3, and so apparently Shinra was easier to beat for the Lady Luck thing. It was way harder in 5. I don't know. How can I know? With the mascot by doing some stuff, there's very little hint to new Dressphere. Like before I go on like the wiki for Dressphere, I never knew there was so many I just never could have gotten. Because I just never heard of them in any way, shape, or form. Like if I like probably if I go to, I mean, if you find Shinra, it does says that he has a Dressphere, and if you beat him and get him, like that's fine. But like Samurai Dark Knight are just standing there in some weird puzzles. I mean, Samurai Prince just lay on the ground, but I missed it. I just missed it. I still missed it. There's Warrior, Alchemist, there's Mascot. There's one or two other one, I think. There's Psychic I could have easily missed, but I just tried to randomly do it, basic tournament in the field arena, which is like 100% optional. I just got it. I don't know why. I feel like Messing Grief has 10. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I guess you could say I wish for more hand holding, but in a way that the game hints you to play more of it in other ways. Like make it more compelling, interesting. Make you more interested to do other things, to gain more things. But even if you gain more thing, you have to fully grind new abilities for a new Dressphere, which is just not fun, in my opinion. But yeah, that'll be the end of Final Fantasy 2. Final Fantasy 2. X2. It's not Final Fantasy 2. I have the Final Fantasy 2 on my laptop. I will stream it. So yeah, game is my second least favorite Final Fantasy. But I still had a good time playing through it because characters are very lively. I do love Uni, Riku, and Pain was like different vibes. And the gold one was a cool bunch. I liked it. So yeah. Thanks all for watching Final Fantasy X-2. What's the time? In general? We can do something else, I guess. Yeah. Game not great, but I enjoyed it anyway. Okay, are we still on the end ending screen? We are.